Hey everybody, and welcome to the third edition of the OnlineCamSummit. The OnlineCamSummit is all about the cam industry. It's all about the models, even if you are an independent model or a studio model. It's all about studios and studio owners and studio management, everything that is needed to run a successful studio. We have a lot of awesome speakers on this summit this year, and I really hope you will like this session. But before we jump into this session, let's give a big thank you to today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is StripChat. StripChat is one of the fastest growing cam platforms in our industry. It's a freemium platform that offers up to 60% revenue share. If you sign up to StripChat today, you're offered a 14-day promo boost on their platform. And to top it up, StripChat is giving away $16,000 in contest money every month. StripChat is a platform that fits girls, men, trans, and couples. And don't forget to check out the digital goodie bag for a special offer from StripChat. Thank you again, StripChat, for sponsoring this day. Let's jump into this session. And we are back. And in this session, we're going to talk with Leya from Pineapple Support. So we're going to get a little bit serious here because in our industry and camera industry and also in the adult industry, we have too many suicides. We have too many models with and talents with small problems that maybe are small looking outside but are very big for them in general. We're talking about mental health, we're talking about suicide, we're talking about the people that really have a tough time, because in our industry it's really hard to talk to just anybody with what you are experiencing in your day-to-day work. So Pineapple Support is one of the better solutions for this. I'm super happy to have Leya back on the OnlineCamSummit to explain what they have been doing so far, how you can help and how you can get help if you are struggling in our industry that we all love that much. So really looking forward to this. It's a serious one. So without further ado, let's jump into this session. So, hey Leya, thank you for coming back to the OnlineCamSummit. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you very much for having me. It's always a pleasure to speak to you, Danny.
Awesome, thank you. So let's shortly remind everybody, like for the people that haven't seen you before, and also for the people that maybe saw you on the second edition of the OnlineCamSummit, like what is Pineapple Support and where does the name come from?
So Pineapple Support was launched in April 2018. And it was launched in response to the suicides and the deaths that we experienced in the adult industry. So what Pineapple provides, we provide two different resources. The first resource is a 24/7 online emotional support service. So this means that anyone, if you're having a shitty day or you just need to vent about something, you can go online, you can speak to a trained volunteer. It's all done through text, it's completely anonymous. And you can just talk about what's going on in your mind without feeling like you're going to be judged or have any kind of retribution from it. So it's a fantastic resource. It's been working really well. We've got a lot of volunteers. We're always looking for more. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. So that's an online text service for emotional support, which can be used as and when you like. Don't feel like any problem is too small. It's better to get things off your chest straight away rather than build up into something bigger. The second resource that we offer is professional therapy. So this is with sex worker positive, kink aware therapists. They are based across the US and across Europe. We're just going to expand in Europe at the moment. So this service is on a co-pay setup.
Okay.
With this, you if you want to see a therapist, we understand that therapy is very expensive. Finding a good therapist is really, really hard.
Yeah.
And if health insurance in the US, particularly if you're working in the adult industry, can be almost impossible to afford.
Yeah.
So what we ask is anyone that needs therapy, they can go onto the website pineapplesupport.com in the UK and Europe, and pineapplesupport.org in the US.
Okay.
You can go on there, click Get Therapy, and there's a form to complete. You complete that form. You let us know how much you can afford. So if it's $50 or $20, that is paid directly to the therapist, and we pay the rest for you, or we can set you up with a very top quality therapist.
Oh, that's awesome! Awesome.
And also we need to remind people of the word, just like if you're wondering why we're using this exotic fruit for mental health, and it's a reason for that, right?
There is a reason for that. Pineapple is the most commonly used safe word in the US.
Absolutely.
After stop, but they're a bit aggressive to use as a name for a charity. So
stop support. No.
Just stop support. Exactly. Red. So just say pineapple. When it gets too much, say pineapple.
Right.
I'll be there for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's been almost 7 months since you were here in the second edition on the OnlineCamSummit.
Mm-hmm.
Where is Pineapple Support right now?
We're doing phenomenally well for such a young organization. We have now offered help and support to over 130 performers.
Wow. We
currently have almost 40 performers in weekly therapy. Mm-hmm. We've got so many fantastic sponsors, be that with money or pro bono work. And we've now secured around $80,000 in sponsorship for our first year. Which
that's
again
amazing.
It's fantastic. It's a very small amount for what we're trying to do. If you consider that each performer or producer coming for therapy, on average, was going to cost the organization around $1,000. That's only 80 people.
Yeah.
And we think we're going to get we think we're going to get 300 to 400 a year, and that's how we're working at the minute. So we need lots more support, but this is a great start. This is a fantastic start. We've organised a few events in Los Angeles a few months ago. We did a suicide prevention course.
Okay.
And that was open to agents, producers, performers, anyone in the adult industry that has contact with the performers. Was invited to take part in that, and it was fantastic. Really thrilled with how that went. We've been attending so many shows. I think 11 already this year. Not this year, in the past year. Just
right.
Which if you go and attend the shows, you'll know what hard work that is, but it has been fantastic talking to the talent, talking to the producers, speaking to the people who own the businesses, and getting a lot of support. It's been wonderful. We've also started taking on brand ambassadors, which has been great. So what that entails is basically they spread positivity across the web. So we want them to compliment people, say good things, inspire, and also really look out for any performers that might need our help. So if they see anyone that's having a tough time on Twitter or another social media platform, they tag us in the comments so that I can then reach out personally to that performer and ensure they can get the help that they need.
Oh, that's amazing. I really like that initiative.
It's been working really well.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with that one, yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, that is so much. Like in 7 months, it seems like you have been very, very busy for sure.
Yeah.
Do you have any status, like numbers and stuff on like mental health in our industry as you guys know it? Is there any numbers there that we know of? It's like, how bad is it?
We did a mental health survey in January, which showed some really interesting figures. Some quite positive numbers in relation to people who had experienced sexual trauma and abuse and were in abusive relationships. That number was surprisingly low, because I think that's the stigma, isn't it?
Yeah.
That, the most performers are damaged, and actually when we looked at the numbers, it was pretty similar just to the national average, which was great. Really good to see. We did see a lot of people with anxiety. That was huge, particularly in the camming community. Now, I think that has a lot to do with, camming is a great career for somebody who does suffer from anxiety, because it gives you control over your working hours and as and when you feel you're able to work. So it's a double-edged sword. It gives you that control. It also enables you to hide. Yeah. And hiding from anxiety can really heighten it.
Yeah. Okay.
So you've got a double-edged sword there. But as I said, it is a great career for anybody that is suffering from anxiety. I think we saw very low numbers in HIV and very low numbers in drug use, which I think, again, were great.
Yeah. So actually getting rid of a lot of stigmas, I feel.
Yes.
Because people that work in adult industry, they are all on drugs and they are all been abused in the past, you know, and they are all, different things. And we are just getting rid of all of that. There is sex positive people in our industry that loves their body and they loves what they do. But it's just like sometimes in between you need some help, right? Because there's not a lot of people you can go home after work and talk to about what happened.
No, this is the problem. This is why I think that the mental health problems that we have in the industry are exaggerated because of this. You know, if a member of Joe Public has a depression, anxiety, they can go and speak to somebody about their day and they can talk it through. Whereas people who work in the adult industry find that a little bit more difficult, and because of that, things build up. If you're not able to get something off your chest, it can build up inside you and become a lot worse.
Absolutely.
One of the other figures which I found quite shocking was the amount of people that have considered suicide.
Yeah.
And that those numbers were very high, both in the camming and the video performing.
Yeah. And I also feel that there's a lot of dark numbers out there, I'm afraid. So it's really hard to get on top of all of that. So is it like, without giving any names of some sort, it's like, can you share one of the stories from the industry that just show how and why this organization, Pineapple Support, is so important?
I had, I need to try and keep this as loose as possible because, you know, there's, and actually I try not to hear I try not to hear the stories.
Yeah.
I say that because that's between the performer and their therapist. A lot of people do come and they tell their stories, and I'm always happy to listen. But you know, the majority of the time when people come to Pineapple Support for therapy, they're connected with a therapist, and no information is given to us.
Of course.
But I have heard horrendous stories about performers who've been to see a therapist, and the therapist has refused to treat them because they work in the adult industry, which is actually, I think that's against the law. Yeah,
I would assume so. Yeah.
But you know, if someone refuses to treat you because you're in the adult industry, you then don't really want to work with them anyway. I see stories all the time on Twitter from performers who are scared to tell their therapist what they do for a living. And I hear a lot of stories as well about people who are unable to speak to their family about what they do, or have been estranged from their family because of what they do. You know, that's going to really add to the isolation. Again, with the therapy, if you're already in a vulnerable position, and you're, you know, with the stigma attached to this line of work, people are, you know, you're constantly hearing whispers about, you know, you're worth less because of what you do, and it doesn't matter how strong you are. If you hear this often enough, you're going to start considering it. So you go and see a therapist, and then the therapist confirms by telling you that, you know, you're feeling this way again because you work in the adult industry, which is terrible. It's crap. And that's what you know, our therapists are treating performers to be able to be better at their job, because if you're happy, you're better at your job. If you're content, you're better at your job. So our therapists are helping you with your job. They're helping you be more productive, not suggest that you go and work somewhere else, because, you know, we love working in the adult.
Absolutely.
And, you know,
it's not that itself that is the cause, you know, it's not that itself. It's just like there's a bunch of other things that comes underneath. I mean, one of the things that we see often in the CAM industry, and of course this is a CAM Summit as well, but I mean, cyberbullying in the CAM models chat rooms, you know, is becoming a bigger and bigger issue. And just like in any social medium actually, but how are Pineapple Support working on this? Is there any guidelines? Is it like, because it's so hard, it's easy to say like, just forget about it, you know, it's just like this and this. But when you work 8 hours straight and this is the constant message like coming to you all the time, it does something to you.
It does. It's so hard. I mean, obviously we can't tackle the bullies. At the end of the day, either the bullies need as much support as the people that are being picked on. You know, this is someone that is bullying needs mental health care.
I would
As you know, so we can't take sides, of course. What we are trying to do is really spread positivity, make kindness the new cool.
Yeah,
you know, with our ambassadors, go online, say good things, be positive. If you see somebody that is being bullied, just say positive things to that person. Just fight negativity with positivity. And if enough people do that, then hopefully we can stamp out the bullying. But it is hard. It's hard, and all the advice in the world that you can give somebody that's being bullied, you know, unless you're in that position yourself, you don't understand. And all the take time away from your phone. Well, you can't do that when you're working in the industry.
No.
I mean, what I'm trying to do now, which is something that I keep telling others to do, so take it on for myself, is not look at my phone for an hour when I wake up in the morning.
Right.
Don't look at it. Put it down. Nothing is going to be that important that you need to look at it in the first hour. Get up, have a cup of coffee, have your breakfast, say hello to your dogs, look outside, and you know, just start the day on the right foot. Yeah.
Maybe some meditation, you know?
Yeah. Then you're going to be a little bit stronger and more mentally prepared to deal with something that comes your way.
Yeah.
And make sure that you spend time with your friends. I think this is also very, very important, and something that a lot of people forget as well, especially when you're working online so much in front of the camera.
Yeah.
You can forget to actually leave the house, go to a restaurant, go to the park, spend time with people who you know love you.
Yeah.
And that will build you up and make you feel a lot more confident as well.
I think it's super important. Also, just rolling a little bit back to these chat rooms. I mean, like maybe some of the responsibility should be at the site owners, right? To try to come and jump on and try to ban and remove people. I know it's a hard thing, but still, I mean, some of the responsibility needs to be taken there as well.
Yeah, I agree.
So that said, we're bringing that out and giving them an option to be part of the change of our industry. You've been talking, as you mentioned earlier, to a lot of companies. You've been holding some presentations, as you said lately. What are people telling you when you come and meet them with your message?
I mean, it's just we've had a huge positive response. Everyone's been, shocked that. We're not shocked that nothing's been put in place before, because it's such a big task. I mean, this is huge. But to have something in place that's actually working, I think is bringing a lot of hope to a lot of people, and has had a real positive response. We've got some great sponsors now. We've got Model Hub, I've written down in case I forget. Model Hub, Pornhub, Fusion.com, Rabbit Reviews, Rabbit Cams, Ranks VR, Gamma, Xhamster providing our PR, Mojo Host are providing our hosting, web hosting. So, and we've got loads of other media sponsors as well. The events have been fantastic, giving us passes, accommodation, making sure that we are there in order to be able to speak to the performers and let them know what's available for them.
Right.
It's really wonderful for all these events to understand how important that is, and to help us and be there.
Absolutely. So, and all of these names that you are mentioning, I'm so happy that you're getting so much support and so many sponsors. So can you talk about like some of them and also let people know how they can help in a way?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's so many ways that people can help, particularly in the camming community. There's the charity cam shows, as many of those as possible. That not only raises awareness, not only raises money, but it raises awareness for the consumers. And I think the consumers should know that the adult industry is responding to the problems we've been having. I mean, down to the really basics. Follow us on social media, which is PineappleYSW. And like the posts and retweet the posts. It's something that small and that basic can make a huge difference to awareness.
Yeah.
take part in our competitions. I mean, every month we're having different competitions. This past month, April, Mile High Media provided a spa day. So the competition, because it's Stress Awareness Month, so the competition was to record yourself dancing, because dancing can help relieve stress, and post up a video of you dancing, and then someone's going to win a spa day in a couple of days. So it's great fun. We try and make these things really fun as well. Bad Dragon have done some competitions with us, Liquid. I think May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So I think we're going to do a competition with Pornhub. They're going to be giving away some vouchers to spend on their merchandise.
Okay, cool.
So that's very cool. So yeah, get involved in that. Again, it's raising awareness, and when we're doing things like this that are fun, where you get to dance, you know, it's great for the fans as well, and it gets everyone involved. Yeah. If you see anyone on social media that looks like they need our help, please do tag us. And I personally will reach out to them and ask if they would like some support.
So you can volunteer, as I know, if you want to be part of the chat team. You get some good training from you guys, right? Yes. We need as many volunteers as possible. We have 130 at the moment, but I think we're going to need around 1,000 to ensure there's going to be somebody online all the time for the person in need. So simple. You go to the website, pineapple-support.com or pineapple-support.org, click volunteer, and the training takes around half an hour. It just makes sure that you know the right questions to ask and how to active listen correctly. And it's never about working in a shift, you know, you're not going to sit there for 8 hours. This is when you watch Game of Thrones, you know, you're already on your phone already. So get some time off and answer a couple of questions that need your help, you know.
We had a message from somebody saying that if that support system hadn't been in place, they'd be dead now.
Right.
So for a couple of hours of your time when you're not doing anything, that's the impact you can have on someone's life.
Right. And I mean, also that is like on the extreme level, of course, but it doesn't need to be that bad before you reach out. So if any model are listening to your interview right now and need some help in small or big cases, where should they go and what can you help them with there?
If they go to the website, pineapple-support.com or pineapple-support.org, there's a banner across the front that says Get Support. Just click on that and it'll take you straight through to our platform on 7Cabs. So and if there isn't a listener available, you can send someone a message and they tend to get back to you. Perfect. So don't hesitate to do that. For small things, big things, I mean, it's not up to you to decide if this is a small thing or big thing. For you, this small thing might be a big thing. So just contact if you need something there. They are there to talk to you. What are the next steps for Pineapple Support now? Oh, well.
The next hour is dedicating to this one. No.
We want to raise more money. We want to raise money. Obviously awareness. Awareness is huge. The more people that know about Pineapple Support, the more people can help. We are also going to start doing a lot more educational presentations, resources, whether that be in person, online, just, you know, like the suicide prevention training, but anything. I'm learning about emotional boundaries, learning about how to raise your self-esteem, all the things that are associated with mental health. You know, the things maybe you don't even think about. Just try to take self-care. It's so important, and so many people neglect that. So, and I think education, the more people know about the industry, and not just the mental health aspect, you know, about running your clip store, about you know, different ideas for camming. The more information people have, the happier they're going to be. So I'm really going to work on that over the next few months.
Absolutely. I mean, this just having some more knowledge in those areas in your own field, it's just make you feel so much more empowered and confident in your work, you know, and that helps a lot. You know, if you feel that you're struggling with not making money and don't understand your clip store, stuff like this, it just helps the spiral to go even deeper. So I think that's a good thing for you guys. And of course, you guys will be available face-to-face in some upcoming shows after May. You have a bunch of things going on.
We do. I will be at BoundCon. Lane will be at CamCon and XBiz Miami. I will be, myself and Jenna, who is one of our directors and a therapist, will be at the Bucharest Summit and the AW Summit.
Yeah.
And then I think it's a little bit of time off before
then we can breathe.
Tampa. Oh. I love it. I'm not complaining. I love it.
It's a lot of things coming up. And of course, you can find all of that information also on Pineapple Support, I'm sure. And in their social media, be sure to follow them. Leya, thank you so much for your time. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. And I'm looking forward to a high five and a hug when I see you again.
All right, Danny. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Today's sponsor is StripChat. StripChat is one of the fastest growing camp platforms in our industry. It's a freemium platform that offers up to 60% revenue share. If you sign up to StripChat today, you're offered a 14-day promo boost on their platform. And to top it up, StripChat is giving away $16,000 in contest money every month. StripChat is a platform that fits girls, men, trans, and couples. And don't forget to check out the digital goodie bag for a special offer from StripChat. Thank you again, StripChat, for sponsoring this day. And thank you for watching.